There is no air to breathe here. There never was. You already have a picture of this place. Hadean, the eon named after Hades. So you are seeing lava, a black cracked crust, a red sky, lightning splitting molten rock. And you are assuming the thing that kills you is the heat. So what actually kills you on the worst named world in Earth's history? Not fire. Look at the readout. Carbon dioxide, nobody can give you a clean number here, only a range, and every version of it is hundreds of times what you left behind. Oxygen, 0. Not thin, not low, 0. Because oxygen is not something planets come with. It is something life made later, and nothing has made it yet. Temperature, warm, though the rock keeps a poor record of it. Then look down, no lava, no black crust, there is no land at all. 4 billion years ago, this planet is an ocean, roughly twice as deep as the one you know, wrapped unbroken round the whole world. The Hadean does not kill you the way hell would. It kills you the way water does, under a sky with nothing in it your body can use. So where do you actually arrive on a planet that has no ground? In open water. Not near it, in it, with nothing under your feet for 4,000 meters and nothing above the waterline in any direction. No coast, no island, no rock. The horizon is one unbroken line, and it does not break anywhere on Earth. How would anyone know that from 4 billion years away? From crystals. Zircons from the Jack Hills in Western Australia are the oldest scraps of this planet anyone has held, and John Valley and his colleagues read the oxygen isotopes locked inside them. Those isotopes only come out that way if the rock they grew in had been sitting in liquid water on a cool crust almost unimaginably early. The hell world ended faster than anyone expected. It drowned. And the sky over that water is wrong in ways you feel before you can name them. The day is about 12 hours long. The planet is spinning faster than it ever will again. The moon is enormous, far closer than it will ever be, dragging tides that would flatten a modern coastline if there were one. Then you take a breath because you have to. So you take that breath. What does this air actually do to you? Your lungs work on a difference. Oxygen is thicker outside than in the blood arriving, so it crosses inward. Here there is no oxygen outside at all. The difference runs the other way. The first thing this atmosphere does is not fail to give you oxygen. It takes the oxygen you brought. Your blood arrives carrying its last load from the world you left, unloads it into the gas, and leaves with less than it came with. One breath makes you worse. The second makes you worse than that. And this is the cruelty of it. You feel every second. If this were plain nitrogen, you would feel almost nothing. People die in nitrogen-filled tanks, calm and unaware, because the alarm in your brainstem does not measure oxygen at all. It measures carbon dioxide. And carbon dioxide is the one thing this atmosphere has in abundance. So you get the fastest possible blackout and the loudest possible panic in the same moment, chest heaving, throat closing, roughly 15 seconds of that, and then the lights go out. So the air is finished with you in 15 seconds. Is there anywhere else to be? There is no version of this world with a better address. Not higher. The highest thing on this planet is the surface of the sea. Not deeper, not colder, not the night side. The gas is the same everywhere, and the number is the same everywhere, and the number is 0. The water is no refuge either. An ocean sitting under that much carbon dioxide turns sour with it. Carbonic acid, sharp in the eyes, sharp in the throat. Below the first few meters, there is no dissolved oxygen at all. Instead, there is iron, dissolved in quantities the modern ocean could never hold, because nothing has come along yet to rust it out. And here is the part that shuts the last door. In 1972, Carl Sagan and George Mullen pointed out something awkward about the young sun. It was burning around 30% fainter than it does today. Run this planet on modern air under that sun, and it freezes solid pole to pole. It plainly did not. The only reason there is liquid water here at all is the same carbon dioxide emptying your blood. So you cannot even wish the killer away. It is load bearing. Take it out, and you are standing on ice instead. So this is a dead world then. Empty, waiting for life to turn up in it, isn't it? In 1988, a Scottish geochemist named Michael Russell said it wasn't, and almost nobody listened. His argument was that everyone was staring at the wrong vents. The famous black smokers found near the Galapagos Rift in 1977 are volcanic, scalding, violent. Russell predicted a second, gentler kind, driven not by magma, but by seawater reacting with mantle rock, a slow process called serpentinization that gives off heat and hydrogen and builds towers of soft, pale mineral. For 12 years, no such thing existed. Then in 2000, Deborah Kelly's team found it in the middle of the Atlantic, chimneys up to 60 meters tall, warm, alkaline, quietly precipitating for over 100,000 years. They called it Lost City. And you are sinking past one right now. Look at what it is doing. Acidic, carbon dioxide rich seawater on the outside, alkaline, hydrogen rich fluid on the inside. Between them, thin walls of iron and sulfur minerals, with a voltage across them, roughly the voltage your own cell membranes hold. This is not somewhere life will one day begin. It is somewhere the reaction is already running with nothing alive involved. So you had this the wrong way round. The planet is not empty and waiting. The chemistry is already running, and it does not need oxygen, has never needed oxygen, and will not get round to inventing it for another 1.5 billion years. You are not early. You are the wrong addition. So what does a 4 billion-year-old rock reaction have to do with you, standing here made of meat? Everything, and not as a metaphor. Right now, in every cell you have, mitochondria are shoving protons across a membrane to pile up charge on one side. That membrane is about 5 nanometers thick and holds roughly 150 millivolts across it, which works out at something like 30 million volts per meter, the field strength inside a lightning strike, running continuously inside you, and you have never once noticed. And the protons come back through a turbine, an actual rotating molecular motor spinning more than 100 times a second, and every turn stamps out the molecule that pays for everything you do. Nick Lane and William Martin have spent years arguing. This arrangement is universal for one reason only. It is not the best design, it is the original one. When Martin's group reconstructed the last common ancestor of everything alive from the genes all life still shares, what came back was not a creature from a warm pond. It was anaerobic, hydrogen dependent, carbon dioxide eating, and thoroughly at home in a vent. So you are not visiting the origin of life, you are wearing it. And the version running down there has no oxygen step on the end, while yours cannot manage 1 second without one. 15 seconds. That is the entire negotiation. Every other era in this series hands you something to work with. A season, a latitude, a mask, an hour, a bad decade you might outlast. This one hands you 15 seconds of conscious, panicking, carbon dioxide driven terror. In water you cannot breed, under a sky with nothing in it, on a planet with no shore to be carried to. There is no acclimatizing, there is no shallow end. There is no equipment you could have brought that this world does not simply outlast, because the problem is not a shortage of something. There is no oxygen anywhere on Earth, not in any pocket, at any depth, at any hour, in any weather. Not less than you need. None. You do not die of the Hadean. You are deleted by it before you have finished arriving. So why walk into a world that gives you no time at all? Because of what is happening 4,000 meters below you while it kills you. Every episode in this series is a negotiation with numbers. How much carbon, how many degrees, how long you last. This is the one episode with nothing to negotiate, and that absence is the measurement. Everything you would need to survive any of the other worlds. Breathable air, an ozone layer, a shore, a body that runs on oxygen, none of it exists yet. All of it is downstream of that chimney. The vent did not make you. It did something stranger. It worked out how to push charge across a membrane and take work out of the flow back. And 4 billion years later, nothing has found a better way. Not plants, not bacteria, not you. Every thought you have ever had was paid for by that gradient, one turn of the turbine at a time. We arrived at the very end of a very long run of it. Everything our species has ever done, the fire, the cities, the ships, the whole written record, sits on chemistry that was already working before there was anything for it to work inside. There is no air to breathe here. There never was. And something in the dark, 4,000 meters down, is quietly about to spend 2 billion years making some.